A pleasant day, ma'am. First, let me introduce myself. I am LJ S. Anyar, and I am here to explain or further elaborate the psychosexual development of the personality. This is the 5 stages of Sigmund Freud. First, let's start off with psychosexual. Psychosexual. Individual derives pleasure from different parts of the body in different stages of growth, pleasure in the human body. And this is how the mind relates to the body and the pleasure derived from the activities of the body. Libido. The libido is the natural mental energy that operates the mechanism of the mind. And the first stage of Sigmund Freud is oral stage. This is where the birth to 18 months and the child is totally dependent on others to provide for his needs. And pleasure is derived from the use of the mouth by sucking, chewing, and biting. Personality developed dependence. So, the oral stage in Freudian psychoanalysis denotes the first psychosexual development, wherein the month of the infant is their primary erogenous zone, spanning the life period from birth to the age of 18 months. The oral stage is the first of the 5 Freudian psychosexual development stages. The oral stage in psychology focuses on the gratification through the mouth. It starts from infancy in the form of thumb sucking or breastfeeding, which can lead to fixation and adulthood with behaviors such as nail biting, smoking, or excessive drinking. Here in the oral stage, fixation is, in simple words, it could be also known as a mannerism. For example, when you were a little, you started biting your nails and you brought it till you are in junior high or senior high, biting your nails, it could be called as mannerism, which we further know as fixation. For me, though. And here in the oral stage, of course, the birth to 18 months, the baby is fully dependent on others for him or her to survive. And let's move on to the second stage, which is the anal stage. It is the 18 months to 3 years, toilet training years. The personality develop independence, self-control, and sense of accomplishment. Anal stage is the second stage of psychosexual development, taking place approximately between the ages of 18 months and 3 years. In this stage, the anal erogenous zone becomes the primary focus of the child's individual energy. Erogenous zone is the bowel and bladder control, this is the stage of their toilet training. And during the anal stage, the libido becomes focused on the anus, and the child derives great pleasure from defecating. An example of this stage would be a child who takes pleasure in controlling and releasing their bowels. Next on the list is the phallic stage, which is the 3 to 6 years old. The child develops attraction to their parents of the opposite sex. Here in the phallic stage, in the classical psychoanalytic theory of Sigmund Freud, the third stage of psychosexual development, beginning around age 3 when the libido is focused on the genital area, and discovery and manipulation of the body become a major source of pleasure. An example for this stage is a baby girl who is attracted to her father in a good way and feel jealous towards the mother, This is what we call the Electra complex, and it is the same with a baby boy who is attracted to her mother and feel jealous in a good way with the father, and it is called the Oedipus complex. And the fourth stage is the latency stage. This is the 6 to 12 years old, and this is where the skills associated with social skills and social interactions. Latency stage, the fourth stage of Sigmund Freud's model of a child's psychosexual development. Freud believed that the child discharged their libido through a distinct body area that characterizes each stage. During the stage, children focus on their energy, on developing social and intellectual skills as opposed to sexual energy. Examples of the latency stage includes development of new interests and hobbies and formation of same-sex friendship. And for my understanding, this is where a child comes out of her comfort zone or his comfort zone to form new circle of friends. And finally, the fifth stage or the last stage of Sigmund Freud's model, genital stage, a final stage of development. This is where the 12 years old onward, and the personality developed here is sexual maturity. A final stage of development, the genital stage, begins with the onset of puberty. During this period, the person seeks ways of satisfying sexual impulses and dyadic relationships and aggressive impulses through competition, physically demanding activities, exercise, and argumentation. Examples of behavior during the genital stage include the development of romantic relationship and sexual attractions, focusing on social relationship as opposed to individual desires and needs. That's all for my report, or should I say explanation. Further elaboration for the model of Sigmund Freud. That's all. Thank you.